Don't got a rambling mind, don't got a rambling mind, don't jump the fence, going on down the line.
In January 1848, the discovery of gold in California's American River created what one newspaper called a revolution in the ordinary state of affairs. Many white Southerners saw the new territory as a last link in a great slave-holding republic that would stretch to the Pacific shore. Within a year, 80,000 pioneers made the trek to the Gold Coast. Many masters brought their slaves. By one estimate, African Americans sent home from California over $750,000 to buy loved ones out of bondage. When Californians petitioned Congress to be a free state, Southern leaders threatened to quit the Union and form their own country. The price for saving the Union would be the rights of black people. In 1850, in return for a free California, Southern leaders in Congress demanded a tough new fugitive slave law. No black person, fugitive or freeborn, would be safe.
Under this law, a person, white or black, could be deputized on the spot to help in the recovery of a fugitive slave. So that if you were on the street and a marshal was chasing a fugitive, that marshal could deputize you and you would have to participate in the recapture of that fugitive under penalty of imprisonment and fine.
Special commissioners were appointed to try suspected runaways. Those accused were denied a trial by jury and the right to testify. Commissioners received $10 for every person returned to slavery, only $5 if the man or woman was acquitted.
It now made the federal government and northern citizens complicitous in the process of retrieving and retaining slaves back to their masters. It is the first time really in the lives of many white Northerners that the slavery issue, the slavery problem kind of comes home to their neighborhoods. It comes home to their communities. It means now to harbor a fugitive slave or even to be aware of a fugitive slave is to be committing a felony.
In New York, Harriet Jacobs was trying to make a new life when her former master's daughter, armed with the new law, came north to kidnap her.
It was the beginning of a reign of terror to the colored population. Many families who had lived in the city for 20 years fled from it now. Many a wife discovered a secret she had never known before, that her husband was a fugitive. Many a husband discovered that his wife had fled from slavery years ago, and the children of his love were liable to be seized and carried into slavery. I seldom ventured into the streets. I went as much as possible through back streets and byways. All that winter I lived in a state of anxiety.
I found my way to Boston. I got employment. I worked hard, but I didn't tell anybody I was a slave. One night, I heard someone running behind me. Almost before I could speak, I was lifted off my feet by 6 or 7 others, and it was of no use to resist. Anthony Burns.
In 1854, the arrest of Anthony Burns triggered a showdown between Boston abolitionists and the federal government. Abolitionists swore never to allow a fugitive slave to be taken.
The South, perhaps understandably, said, look, this is our constitutional right. It's in the Constitution that we have a right to get our fugitive slaves back. How can illegal groups of Northerners prevent this?